Welcome back. In the previous part, we spoke to Edgeworth here, but now I feel we're meant to head back to the actual criminal affairs, the police department, to see if we can get in that office, because everything's leading back to that. We need to get in that office. Or not. February 24th, prosecutor's office. Underground parking lot. Excuse me. Oh, it's you. I you care for a quarter pound of roast beef. No, go on then. Miss Star. I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. I still wonder who did that. It's very strange. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SO9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife? No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savoured when eaten. Star's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. So may as well speak to her while we're here then, because it's, Drake investigation. I say Drake Kevlar, right? Anyway, Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. Apparently I will. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was even ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. Must have been going through hell. I mean, because of his brother's death. They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by the legendary duo, Lana and Chief Gant. After the case closed, that legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have any proof anything illegal was done. And proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without ever so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. And I always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. Oh. That's my take on the matter. That would explain a few things. She was being used? Yes. By a certain other half of a legendary duo, I would imagine. Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Can't lead the investigation. Can't led the investigation, with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Yep. Incredible evidence. You mean... Oh yes. There were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes. Myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked, and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall? When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. It wasn't for her. I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? If she was being used, then... Makes sense. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief... That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There's only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If you can control the chief prosecutor, you can control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last. Finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. Well, listen to me, Rocky. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Or anyway, we're still trying to head off then. I'm assuming that was it. Police department. Oh, I was hoping something was going to happen then, so... Yep, still the right location, okay. February 24th, police station, criminal affairs department. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Oh dear, oh dear. Brewing coffee, copying files. Ugh. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. No. I'm not letting you into the chief's office, period. My neck on the line. The office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. There's got to be something we got recently. So... we go through one by one, so I can think. Let me share a little advice with you as a detective. If you don't have a clue, keep your trap shut. I'll, keep that in mind. Sheesh. Let me share it. Alright, fine. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? Yeah. No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious! Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. But, here, take my ID card. Can't do that if someone found out. They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Okay. Alright, detective. Thank you. Well, there we go. I guess we'll head off there, then. February 24th, Police Department, Chief's Office. Here goes, Mr. Wright. Did we set off the alarms? Dum, dum. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a gunner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Yeah! Ah! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. Didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what was the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Don't do that to my card! I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. So I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. Okay, so let's talk to you then. Chief's office. The desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk. No one except Chief Gant. And the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. Can't possibly be any clues remaining. Probably something in the drawer, stuck to something, I don't know. Right, so Chief Gant. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of those SO9 crime scenes. I mean, that's the only reason for coming here, isn't it? Yeah. Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to stop bothering you, pal. Don't just let it go at that. Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you? You don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Possibly. Chief Gant. It's finally come to this. I think of him. Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Okay, so let's have a examine then. So, straight off with the safe here. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay. If you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered into this panel to open it. 7-digit number. Oh. I was gonna say, I think I just might know what it is. Because 7 digits. So. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date. It's... I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. Yes? Oh, there we go. And that confirms the lot straight away. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? 777. 7777. The final ID card number on that record. What? Number of the mysterious executive officer who entered that room that day. You mean 777777? That's 6. That ID number. I think you're 1 7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, you don't care to look inside? Well, yeah, I mean... Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's a... Ah, oh, looks like there's words on it. Shard from a broken cup. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. Okay. This is a handprint, so we can probably get fingerprints from it, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it's just a thought. Is that it? That's all that was in there? Apparently so. It's empty now. Piece of cloth with a handprint on it, and a broken shard from a cup. It looked like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great. Now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's got to be something we can show the detective. Do I have to now just present this stuff to him? That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Back. So if I present him with, that. Like, very simple there. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Oh, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from the case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? You mean this one? That was in the safe? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Assemble fragments. Yeah, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at it. Go ahead, pal. Show us what the rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. I can piece these together again. Prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. It's like with just one piece, isn't it? It's like combine. Oh, what? Want me to? There we go. I thought it was going to be a word. There. It fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. Whoa. Why would he do that? Though, that's the question. Like, what is this jar? Why? In other words, you concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, guys, get a load of this. What is it? This piece you just attached. It's different from the others. It's a reddish line on it. Reddish line. That's blood. Don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? I don't know, but we need the fingerprint stuff as well. There we go. Dr. Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints. That's a great idea, Detective. Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. I'm talking about the cloth we found in the safe. Oh! I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Jeez, where's your sense of humor? Yeah. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then, once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away. Ooh, what are you, my mom? I don't have time. I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. Okay, so let's get some dusting going. Where's my dust? Oh, I have to select the fingerprint, don't I? Oh, god damn it. Wrong bit, wrong bit. I didn't want that either. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons here. All the wrong. Alright, fine. Yes. No, I did one. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Okay, so dust. Okay, see what we got there. Give it my best shot. Kind of result. Right. Just. No, don't reset it. Just give me a chance to get more stuff. Okay, so. It's just gotta fill it in much more. Maybe we'll get a really good print from it. Maybe. Maybe it's just the wrong finger or something like that. Maybe one of them is better. Yeah, it looks the same. Okay, so that's not good enough. Right, which one looks more prominent? This one looks more prominent, doesn't it? Okay, so let's get some dusting going. Just need a light sprinkling here. That's lovely. It's lovely. Blow! Still not enough? Down at the bottom, maybe? Okay. Right, so let's compare it. I don't know why I compared it. Because it's like I did that completely wrong. I don't know why I bothered. Okay, so no match found. Okay. Yeah. I forgot about they all finding a match. Yes. Why is it doing that? Oh, that happened right here. There we go. It's Emma Sky. How intriguing. Oh, how can this be? What Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match. Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't there enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst, you, over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing on the inside of the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Yeah, maybe you should hold on to this. Here's a cloth folder. Yeah, alright. Okay, so what else can we examine now then? That's the question. Let's go with the desk. Wow, look at the size of the Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Yeah, he got rid of something, did he? Oh, it's you two! Chief Gant! I've got that paper he was reading in his desk. Yeah, there you go. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. List of evidence. In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Hey, look at the case name. Huh? The Cell 9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-sized list of evidence. List of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. I was going to say I've heard that before. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Okay. Well, was there any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? What? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Oh, crap. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Yeah, Chief Gant. We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run into a pole. Oh. Just then I thought of a certain detective. You mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir... Now get out. Yes, sir. Oh. Oh, gumshoe. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait, you're the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright? Can't just leave her there. Look, pal. If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. Yeah. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? We got some evidence, mate. But you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I'm finally starting to get the picture. Why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the Chief again. Later, pal. It's something to do with Emma, isn't it? After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. February 24th, Detention Center. Visitor's room. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you what I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. Said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. Stab? But you didn't say kill. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know it is who's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seemed Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Right, so... keeping quiet. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. Certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of? Well, it's Gant, obviously. Well, Miss Skye. Mr. Wright, you're addressing the Chief Prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? Damon Gant. We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth, be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command for that investigation. Yes, you but also another, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you will need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant's falsified evidence in that case. Oh well, the vase thingy. That thing. I just found this in a safe in the Chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. Just as you surmised, I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder. Murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman. Perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Orders? Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. See, again, it's like my idea like it was a dead body and she just stabbed a dead body. She did stab him. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. A murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. A knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I could just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he's already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes. It seems that I got blood on the victim's shoe as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. A star, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? Well, there we go. It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that, by whatever means possible. So, we hid Dark's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it in Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Alright, then I called my sister to tell her what happened, to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone in the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. Bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least, I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean... Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He'd already stolen the ID card, but it seemed he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney, as an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Well, I have to. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. Got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murder. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. To be continued. Alright, so obviously, lovely place to end this part. We shall see you in the next part when we, I assume, go back to trial. So, ta-ta for now.